Hey guys, it's me, Cruel, back again with another reaction video on this channel, and today we'll be watching GFRIEND YUJU with her Downtown Baby cover, originally from Blue, and this is actually one of my favorite songs on Blue. I knew the song way before it was popular in the recent times on the charts. I knew the song when it dropped actually, and I'm a huge Blue fan for years now, basically since So Rouge came out, and I really like his music. The guy is a little bit weird as a person, but I like the music a lot. And yeah, Yuju is one of my favorite, if not right now. Well, she's not my absolute number one, but she's definitely up there in my top 5 of favorite female vocalists in Korea. And she's absolutely amazing and really good, so I'm very interested in this one. Before I check it out though, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. I have a lot of other GFRIEND and Yuju reactions on my channel and will do more in the future. So if you want to stay in touch with that, please subscribe. And for further things that you want to interact with me, you can join my Discord server. It's a really cool way of talking with me in the community. I have definitely some buddies on there as well, some GFRIEND stands, so to speak. And it's a really practical, good way of being notified of my newest YouTube and also Patreon uploads actually. It's much more reliable than YouTube or Patreon themselves. And coming to Patreon, I upload even more exclusive content on there that is not on YouTube, such as TV show reactions, Road to Kingdom, Good Girl, Island. I watch anime, I watch K-drama, I watch live stage reactions and do album reviews. I think I actually did an album review for GFRIEND's newest album, Song of the Sirens as well. So yeah, check it out. And let's get started with GFRIEND YUJU Downtown Baby. Actually, one last thing, quick shout out to my patrons for September. I almost forgot. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to Carol Doman for the tier 4 patrons up. Let's go. Here we go. I wonder how she's gonna adapt this song. The original is already very slow paced. I would say it's a mix between R&B and pop ballad. It's very slow paced. It's amazing. I love the song. I cannot picture how she will sing it actually, because Blue's voice is so original and so unique, but I'm here for it. Here we go. I'm here to be surprised. And I mean, she's gonna slay it, we all know that. Okay, before we get started actually with the song, okay, I just want to say that she looks absolutely fantastic in this almost gothic look. She's in full black. It's almost a black and white setting too. I think that definitely helps. They definitely desaturated this video in post-production. She has a very dark red lipstick on. She has the bangs. Oh my god, like she looks fantastic here. I love this look. It's probably my favorite Yuju look actually that I have ever seen. Nice, I like it. Okay, before we get started with the actual first part, this was like an introduction. I like her adaptation to the sound. Somewhat she kept the original, but obviously it sounds completely different at the same time too, because it's a female voice covering a male song. That's the one thing. The other thing is obviously that Blue's voice is very raspy and smoky, and even though Yuju's voice also is a little bit raspy, is that the right word actually? I guess let's say her voice is also a little bit smoky, but not to the extent of Blue, for sure not. It's also a female voice. It sounds completely different. It's also a little bit in a higher register here, the way she's singing it, than the original song. So she definitely has her own flair on this. She also has a different flow of singing the lines. But I love this vibe that she's going for. It's a new vibe for the song, but a very good one. And it sounds fantastic so far, so let's keep going. Very high register. Okay, I have to talk about that. Okay, look at this, the way she's singing in this tone right now. And now, how she switched it here. From the last line to this line right now. From here to this. That's such a nice little smooth change that you almost don't notice, but it's like from a high register to a low register. So she's basically speaking more out of her like throat, if that makes sense. I don't know. Singing. Sorry. So it's a little bit different, and definitely has a nice touch to this, and kind of changes the song. Oh my god, what the hell? I only wanted to go back a little bit. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't wanna let go.
Okay. That's about right. Yeah, completely changed the tone there. Dude, this lipstick is amazing on her. I can't get over that. Okay, I want to say something. I think the vibe change she went through here and that she chose for the song. By the way, this video is gonna be a little bit longer. I'm gonna analyze this a little bit more because I really love her voice here. Yeah, anyways, the vibe change she's going for, I think, is her version is much more sad and much more melodramatic than the original. The original is much more like it's already a sad song to some extent, but it's much more Blue is accepting it in his story. It's like he's being fine with it. He's like, okay, that's just the way I am. I'm like this guy that is like kind of gloomy. I'm like drinking. I'm like, I'm just like this. He's like accepting it a little bit. At the same time, it's still a little bit melodramatic, but like maybe 10%. Here, she's definitely going for like a 50, 40, 60% of melodramatic feeling and a lot of sadness too. And it definitely shows in the way she's singing too, and I think the way she's dressed here also speaks to that, and is probably a way of portraying that emotion, and the black and white too. Yeah, for sure the way she like stringing out the notes too, all night long. She's like expressing even more sadness than the actual lyrics already hold. Wow. She was really feeling herself right now. I'm not gonna go back to repeat that, but that was amazing. Actually, she really went into that emotion of melodramaticness and sadness and really dove into there, and like she was so into the zone. Oh, I love that. She was like feeling it with her face too. I mean, she's in general doing that, but especially in that. In general, she's also dragging out the notes. I said that already, but she's not just dragging them out, but she's also pronouncing them more like melancholically, if that makes sense. So almost on a monotone level. The way she's singing is not monotone, but it's a very melancholic feeling that she's giving these notes. Like in comparison, I could say I really love the song, or like I really love the song. It's like without really emotion, but still emotion in a sense, if that makes sense. Because no emotion also is emotion. So I really like that. She's actually giving it a very melancholic touch. Wow. Like very strong melancholic, not just melodramatic, which is like a different form of that. And almost, I would say, a mix between melancholicness and sadness. And it's much more driven towards sadness. Whereas this is melancholic things is something like, I was depressed in my life, so I have the perfect example. I heard and dealt with a lot of that with other people as well, and in exchanges and stuff. A lot of the depressive people are actually very melancholic too, because melancholicness is something of giving up, or like already have given up basically, and you're like not very positive or motivated that something, like you're not confident that something will succeed in the future. So you're like, for example, if you're depressive and you don't see hope in the future, and you're like, I don't think anything will work, then you're like very bound to dive into melancholic feelings, and you're like super bound to that, and you definitely live in those feelings too. So that's something, a touch that she has on the song that was not so much on the original, and I really love the adaptation here.
취해가는 너의 눈, 내 어둠이고 오여 내가 더 아파. 너는 나의 downtown baby야. 너의 눈은 밤하늘의 별이야.
Wow.
매일마다 꾸고 싶은 꿈이야. Baby without you I can't do this. 너는 나의 downtown baby야.
I'm not sure if I'm just imagining that, but it's also at times a little bit slower in tempo, like just a tiny bit. Am I tripping?
너의 눈은 밤하늘의 별이야. 매일마다 꾸고 싶은 꿈이야. Baby without you I can't do this anymore. It's okay baby. 항상 같은 자리에서 있을게.
Oh, almost underwater type of voice. Very far in the back. Wow.
It's okay baby. 항상 같은 자리에서 있을게.
Wow, amazing.
It's okay baby. 널 위해 난 스푼을 켜놓을게. 너는 나의 downtown baby야.
Ooh, right back into it though. It's almost like the bridge, right? Wow. That gives me slight goosebumps, man. That was so nice.
너의 눈은 밤하늘의 별이야. 매일마다 꾸고 싶은 꿈이야. Baby without you I can't do this. 너는 나의 downtown baby야. 너의 눈은 밤
The way earlier said she's speaking or singing through the throat a little bit more than usual. You can also see that by the way she is moving her mouth. I think that's a little bit, maybe it's a little bit thinking about it too much, but I think it is not. I think it's actually a way of seeing that. Like her lower lip and basically her chin is very much forward. So she's like pronouncing the words like this almost. That's very drastic, but she's pronouncing the words like this in terms of comparison to this, you know? So it's a little bit less clear on purpose, I think.
I can't do this. 너는 나의 downtown baby야. 너의 눈은
Gives it more emotion, sadness.
매일마다 꾸고 싶은 꿈이야. Baby without you I can't do this
Wow.
anymore.
Dude, she's killing this. Oh, okay. Look in the camera, please. I want to see. No, god damn it. I wanted to see her like pretty straight face. Anyways, that was Yuju from GFRIEND. Definitely my bias in GFRIEND, by the way. With Downtown Baby, the cover from originally Blue. This was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than she rocked this. One thing I could say is that earlier I hinted at that I had slight goosebumps here, and maybe some of you might ask, compared to my other, basically my other reactions to Yuju in the past, where I definitely was much more impressed, so to speak. At least visually, I was way more into it and had more goosebumps and maybe was more shocked. On one hand, I was new to Yuju at the time, so definitely surprised me more. On the other hand, it's just this song, you know? This song is not something, that's why I was a little bit hesitant to watch this, and that's why I'm like almost 2 months late to this. Well, basically 2 months. Because I was a little bit hesitant, well, because it felt like this is not usually what I would expect to be Yuju's like area where she's like her style in a sense. I don't know if that makes sense because she has very different styles that she can cover and actually sing, but I guess it's just not the style that I love from her the most. I don't know if that makes sense, but I know this original song, so I knew this is gonna be slow, very different song from what I'm used to with power and high notes, like power vocals and high notes from Yuju, you know, which I really love about her singing. So I was a little bit hesitant to, like, I was afraid almost that it would like destroy my image of her. I don't know why though, because I know that she's fantastic skill-wise and technicality-wise, so there was no way she's gonna fuck this up or anything like that. So I have no idea why I was hesitant. I guess it was just something inside of me, like a problem for me personally, where I was a little bit afraid. I don't know why, but also that's probably the reason why I didn't have as much goosebumps with this, because this song is not necessarily a song giving you goosebumps, I guess, if you knew this original as well. But yeah, that's basically all of this I can tell, or I can talk about, and I hope you liked my reaction video. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can also let me know in the comments what you thought about this cover, and also what I should check out next in the future. There's much more I can check out probably for Yuju and definitely for GFRIEND. You can check my playlist, I will link it in the comments down below, and you will see how much I checked out from them before and how much I haven't. So yeah, check it out and see you in the next one. Peace.